All good.
Seani B. Seani B. I think I know what happened. That's a long story. Seani B. Thanks for the correction. Thanks for the correction.
All good. All is our blessings.
You know what? I might edit that. You know, with Seani B.
Cool.
Seani B. All right. All right, brother. Well, greetings, man. Welcome, and much appreciation. So let's get into let's get into your backstory really quickly. So you were born in London, England?
Born and bred in London.
Yeah. Is that White Clay community?
No, so the estate is White City Estate community.
Okay.
Imagine I've been at the BBC for like 23 years now. I'm going to be 24 years this year. But White City was one of the main places that the BBC had their studios. So like one of the main television centers was in White City. So it was BBC television center in White City. So it's kind of like fate that I'm born in White City and I've had this long-standing career on the BBC.
Okay. I got you. All right, so let's talk about your background. So I understand your dad is from Dominica and your mom is from where exactly?
Yeah. My mom is from Jamaica, St. Andrew, Lawrence Tavern in Jamaica, and my father is from Dominica, Point Michelle in Dominica. So I'm like what they call a jam dom.
Okay, nice. All right, so you also have siblings as well, yeah?
Yeah. I got 3 brothers, 2 older than me, 1 younger than me. The 2 older than me, one of them was actually born in Jamaica. He was born in St. Andrew. And they're like the 2 older ones were pretty much influential when it comes to music and all the rest of it. So I saw like the one that was born in the UK, Benny, he like had a sound system when he was going to school, these school friends and all the rest of it. That was when he was around 15, 16. And I must have been, I'm 4 years younger than him. I'm like 11, 12 around that time. So I saw all of that. And then my older brother, Mark, who was born in Jamaica, he grew up in a community where Kilimanjaro sound originally came from. So when he came to England, he came with like Kilimanjaro sound tapes and all that kind of stuff. So I was very much influenced by all of that was going on around me at the time from my older brothers.
Yeah, nice. So what was it like as a kid, man, growing up in London, England, of course, with a Caribbean influence? Of course, I myself is based in the U.S., so grew up in Trinidad, and we're going to talk about that as well on your visit there. But what was it like for you growing up as a Caribbean/British kid?
I think for that Black British experience, because we got a thing called Windrush in the UK. I believe it was 1948, around that time. The first set of immigrants came from the Caribbean, Jamaica, Trinidad, St. Lucia, Grenada, Barbados, all these places. And what you've now got in the UK is like a melting pot of all of that. So growing up as a Black British youth, we had like our own sounds that we listened to, because as a kid, I was listening to Public Enemy, Queen Latifah, Rakim, all that kind of stuff. But then at the same time, I had that staple of reggae in the household. I had that staple of calypso in the household. So my dad was very much a Mighty Sparrow fan, and my mom, like John Holt, was like my mom. So I grew up really on John Holt and Mighty Sparrow, and that's your parents' music. With the music in the house, it's like without even realizing it, you kind of absorb all those kind of things. Because like one of my favorite Bob Marley tracks is Natty Dread, and I can remember my mother having that album hidden away in her cupboard, and me going in there and teething out that record and all the rest of it until I discovered my own musical palette. But with that musical palette, I even noticed that the hip hop that I loved was a hip hop like KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions. Had a lot of reggae kind of samples and sound in it. So even though we had our own sound that we love, but that reggae and that calypso, that Caribbean music was always like seasoned and marinated in us. And so if you listen to like a lot of like the British types of music, jungle, drum and bass, you will find that it has a lot of reggae bass lines in there. A lot of the music that comes from the UK, you would always hear that Caribbean influence in it. Because that's that Black British experience of growing up as you're British, but at the same time, we have a saying over here, where are you from? So it's not where you're from. The first from is always going to be England, but where you're from, where I'm from is Jamaica and Dominica.
Nice. I like how you kind of elaborate on that, because the song, the Caribbean song that comes out of the UK have a very distinctive sound. And we could talk from artists like Maxi Priest, of course, Branton Levy, spent some time there as well. Silo G, Gappy Ranks, these guys. It is authentically, you know, the Jamaican reggae, but it's a different sound. I don't know if it's the pronunciation of the words or what, but the different song that comes out of the UK. Why is that?
Well, the first types of reggae that come from the UK is UK lovers rock. So you gotta have people like Janet Kay, Carol Thompson, Louisa Marks, who I grew up with on White City Estate, and that was it's reggae, but uniquely British at the same time. So it wasn't as hard as the reggae that was coming out of Jamaica as such. It was a little bit more subtle as such, but that was, for me, that's the first genre of Black British music that people younger than me, probably around 16, 17 at the time, would have been selling records around the country. So that's where I would say that sound that comes from. Now, with where we've progressed to, I believe that the UK language is so mixed up with the Jamaican language. So like, as simple as it sounds, like Wagwan, you know what I mean? That's a standard in the UK now, where you hear all sorts of people saying Wagwan. Bro, there's other races that talk more black than me. Like, real talk. Like, you will hear it when you walk around in the streets in the UK. That influence of that Caribbean culture in the UK is undeniably like incredible.
Wow. All right. So as a teen, man, so you started early with your brothers in the song system culture, and what was that experience like? You know, it's such a young lad, as I would say, get into the music.
I couldn't wait to get out of the house. That's the honest truth. Like, my life, if there was a kid that would have walked around with a football at his feet, walking around, or like somebody like that, all I had in my head was like music. When I was at school, I used to DJ at the school discos, which would have been like the Proms in America or something like that. I was the DJ at school from a very tender age, like I think probably about 16, 17, I was doing pirate radio. So like for me, I just could not wait to get out. And the sound system was the way to get out of the yard, because I just tell my mum I'm going with my older brother. So I think I started playing sound system around 14, 15 years of age. I remember the first time putting the needle on the record and I wobbled. So, but for me, like, I loved sound system culture, because even when I was around 16, 17, I started to intern at a studio, and I learned about technology and different cables and all that kind of stuff. So I remember when I was 17, I rebuilt the whole sound system, like from amps to, I think I was one of the first sounds in the UK, like Kill Me Dead, to use what we call multi-core cables, where it was throwing one cable and it string up the water, your stack, and then you throw one cable and it splits out at the end. So I love, even to this day, you'll see me just like zoning out on YouTube, because I love technology. So for me, sound system was that 100%, the way to get out of the yard, the way to exercise this like hunger that I had for music and for technology. And I love DJing all night. So we would string up in a house party. It wasn't like a big sound system that we had. It was more like house parties, christenings, weddings, that kind of stuff. But if we were stringing up at our house party at 9 o'clock in the evening, and that would go, because in England, house parties will go till 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the morning. And
wow.
We'll rate till the next day. And I will play music all night as a kid. So I would have been like 17, 18, playing at parties that would have been for like people that are having 40th birthdays and all the rest of it. I was a little bit too young to get involved with the women that was inside there. So my thing was just, you know what? I'll play music all night. My brothers, they give up playing sound system. They just watch me play music until it kind of snowballed into who I am today.
You love the music. You mentioned two things. So one thing I'm going to talk about, you mentioned the pirate radio. I know back in the late 80s, 90s, that was a big thing in England. Is it the same now? Because I remember Shabba Ranks had that song too. They might call
I would say, sadly, pirate radio is not as important to the community. I think because we got streaming now. Pirate radio was, if you was a young DJ and you wanted to get to the masses, you didn't have IG. You didn't have TikTok. You didn't have Twitch. You didn't have none of this. The only way to get to the masses would be pirate radio. Because to get to those legal radio stations was like 100 other steps away from you. So to be able to get to be on a pirate radio station and you know that you're broadcasting to people in hairdressers, barbershops, food shops, you know, say even though your mother a cuss and I tell you, so well, I got a pirate radio station for, she's turning on. For me, pirate radio was one of those things that was essential that DJs like myself had to use that platform to get our names out there. And I don't believe that these younger DJs now even look at things like pirate radio. And I'm very critical when it comes to that, because as a radio DJ, for you to be able to progress, I say to myself, who's the next one that's kind of behind me to take that place? And I wonder to myself, have you had your training wheels on? Have you done, how many hours have you done on something like a pirate radio to be able to get you to that place? We've seen DJs elevate from zero to nothing so quickly. And then people ask, like, what's your background? What do you do? Like, I'm 51 years of age. My thing when we was like 20 was, I'm gonna out select you. I'm gonna play records that you ain't got or you don't remember. I don't think that these DJs have that same kind of drive. I don't believe, especially when you hear the audience saying that people come in and play back music all the time. And pirate radio is a place where you learn your craft. I learned my craft on pirate radio when I was 14, 15. I learned that craft. I think, what do they say? If you do 10,000 hours of something, then you become a pro at that. That's exactly what you're talking about. You got to be able to listen back to yourself and say, I was too loud, or I was too low, or I was too fast. You can't just step into like the gladiators ring, the top ballers players, and expect to play ball and 3 point. It ain't gonna work like that. So for me, pirate radio is so important. Unfortunately, I don't think it's as important to the community anymore. And even when I look at artists, think about what you just said. Shabba said, the Makalas Pirates, Makalas Radio Broadcasters, Home T, Cockatee, all of them. That was the importance of pirate radio back then. I don't know, and this is coming from a man that's on BBC Radio. I don't know the last time I heard one of our premier artists on a community radio station.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. You know, and to your point, man, I myself, I'm a selector DJ as well. And I came up on the pirate radio. As a matter of fact, one time somebody called me marathon man, because just like you, when I got that break, you know, I didn't want to stop. I would just play right through, you know. So and
you know the community is listening to you. Like that's the way that you find your space, you find your sound as well. And like, for me, I find it so sad that pirate radio or community radio, because the other thing is it doesn't need to be pirate radio anymore, because we're all streaming. So you don't need to go on FM and illegally be on there. You could just be streaming. And even when artists say to me, oh, I want to get this song on your show, and this could be like young artists as well, I'm like, have you tapped in with the community radio stations that are connected to, like, literally in the community where your fan base is? Do you use them? Because I'm a producer, I release music, and I make sure that the community radio stations are still serviced with my music. So if I see like a need in them, and I'm on BBC Radio and I've got access to all of the other tastemakers, it starts from the ground. And that's what pirate radio is, the ground.
You mentioned sound system culture. Now, we're familiar with the sound system culture, you know, out of Jamaica, especially, you know, Stone Love, you know, Bass Odyssey. I mean, you name the songs. What the sound system culture like, or some of the names in London or the UK?
Right now, I'd say, you know what, actually 2 weeks ago, sound system culture was definitely on full blast. Unfortunately, I was in Jamaica, so I couldn't go to it. I think the event was called Modern Warfare or something like that. And a sound that I've seen literally grow, and he actually comes from around the corner from where my studio is right now. We got the Inchi and Pure Vibes and Davda. I've seen that sound system grow from nothing to something over the years. And to say that, you know what, they have a new sound system in the new sound system generation.
Yeah.
But they really love the sound clash culture right now. Like, it's in a funny place.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. It's like, we know we love it. We love competition, but it's in a funny place.
Yeah.
I think that one of the reasons why sound clash business is in a funny place is because it costs the dubs.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. Even if the artist was to think about like what the sound systems have to go through and what they have to kind of do, I think that the artists may look at it slightly different. Even now, when I think about some of the sound systems back in the day, how much money was they spending on dubs? That's mortgage money. Just imagine a group of black men come together and say, you know what, let's put this into property. How many of these sound men will be rich, mega rich? So to know that you're putting your money into something that you love like that, and I think it's a bit of a raw deal right now. Some of the prices that I'm hearing for dubs, like £1,000, $1,000 for dubs.
Yeah, $1,000 US average.
I think it's a bit of a raw deal. And then even to know that when these dubs are getting played, they get literally played for 10, 15 seconds. You know what I'm saying? I think that is the thing, because no matter what, competition will always be there. But I think it's the bravado of having dubs that I think is the beauty of it. And I can say that to the artists, but then on the other side, I can say to the sound man, them, do you know how many artists that there is right now? And if you put yourself into like a Ricky Trooper position in 1995, and all of these artists that are about right now that are seemingly recording great songs, but don't have that same kind of level that maybe a Sizzler may have had, or a Caper may have had, or Lucci may have had during that time. You can go and cut all of these dubs at a cost-effective price. Because they're not sought after, but you could be ingenious with them. So and I say that because my mentality is the same kind of thing when I'm doing videos for One Extra. Who can I get that nobody else has got, that is fresh, that I can bust and attach my name to it? Because essentially that is what we all are as selectors. So if you look at some of the names that are very prominent right now, whether it's dancehall or whether it's reggae, I worked with a lot of these artists when nobody was looking at them. Nobody was looking at them. I remember working with Kez Namdi 15 years ago.
Oh man, it's crazy.
That's my link. Like that, and that's my link to like the whole of the McDonald family, Camilla, Kalissa, the mum, the pop, Skyline level, where I record some of these sessions. But my relationship started with Kez Namdi 15 years ago.
Wow.
Now, if I was a sound man, and I was working with an artist 15 years ago and just win Grammy right now, who's gonna have all of the Grammy dub them? Right. So Massacre, Skilly Bang, Chronic Law. And the funniest thing is I don't even rush them for dubs. But if I was a sound man right now, knowing how many artists that there is out there, my route would be going to find those new artists,
new talent.
And what I'm tired of the clashes as well is that they all sound like they're rehashed 1996, 1997 clashes. Everyone's still playing the same dubs them, but in 2000, like we need something fresh back into the game.
I think you need more creativity. I think that's what it boils down to.
100%.
All right. Yeah. So as a early teen, I read that there was an ad in the I'm not sure with the newspaper, but you saw an ad and you applied for a gig at BBC. That's how you got into that's how the whole BBC. Well, that's how you got to BBC in the first place. So from like 1996, I was doing remixes and I'd made my name as a bit of a remix kid in the UK. I'd done stuff for Tony Matteron that he played at Fully Loaded. I was doing stuff for Rodigan as well. When he clashed with Ricky Trooper, one of the Bob Marley songs that I remixed for him. So I'd kind of, in the same way that Black China was doing their thing in America, Renaissance was in Jamaica, I was known for that over here. And I used to design flyers. I used to do radio adverts. And because I had the experience of working in the BBC when I was 19 doing news and current affairs, and I'd ended up starting radio stations. I'd ended up doing radio training. So in all of this that was going on, you kind of blow up as a DJ. You make your name as a DJ. And when One Extra came around 2001, and this is after me releasing records and doing all that kind of stuff, I kind of felt that
career as a DJ had become stagnant. I was starting a family. I was looking to start a family at the time.
Yeah.
And I just wanted a little bit more stability. So I said, you know what, rather than go for being a DJ, let me go to be a producer, because I know that as a BBC producer, you'd have longevity. So I applied, did the application, all the rest of it. And then I got a phone call from the man that's currently my manager today, as a matter of fact, Ray Paul. And he goes, I need to speak to you.
Yeah.
And he goes, two DJs had called my name, Robert Ranks and another guy, Mark Ross. And he had said to them, he was like, yo, I wanted to sign this guy, Seani B, for his remixes, but he's from New York. And they both said, nah, he's from White City. So I went in, had a meeting with him, did a pilot that day, left, got the interview for the producer job. This was on Valentine's Day.
Oh, wow, nice.
This was pre, I think it could have been BlackBerry days possibly. So but I didn't have the details on my phone. It wasn't an email thing, it was a letter thing. And I went to the wrong building, because where I'd met Ray wasn't where the building was. I wasn't prepared for the interview, basically. I missed the interview totally. I thought the whole of my Valentine's was messed up. I was like, no, go run tonight. None of that. I've messed it all up. And then I got a phone call from him about 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. And he was like, don't worry about the interview. You got a show on BBC Radio 1 Extra. And here I am, 23, coming up to 24 years later.
Wow. So they pretty much already in their mind had you locked in, like, you know?
Yeah, I think he heard the demo, and he had heard something that he must have liked. I think as a DJ, there was nothing for me to do to impress him. Yeah. It was me as a presenter. Can I go on radio? And I don't think that he even knew that I had radio experience like that. Yeah. So everything just fell into place pretty much.
Wow, that's amazing. All right. So BBC One Extra, you were there from the foundation. Well, let's talk about some of your production, some of the songs you produced and over the years. You know, some people may not be familiar that you'll be on some of these big tracks that we hear.
The funniest thing is, I said to our manager today, there's so many people that don't know some of the things that I've done. So many people don't even know that I'm a club DJ. Like literally, they don't know I'm a sheller in the dance because they know me for the One Extra YouTube videos and my radio work. So like the music production, again, something that's always been in my life, something that I've always wanted to do. In 1996, my mum got made redundant. She gave all of her sons a little something. And I went and bought an Akai sampler and a computer. 1 month later, I'd done a remix for Case and Foxy Brown, Touch Me, Tease Me. I begged my mum an extra £600 to go and press up 500 copies. I ended up pressing probably about 10, 15,000 copies of that.
Wow,
like,
crazy.
Sold wholly as a bootleg illegal thing. So, and then I kind of continued doing the whole remix thing. That's how I was just paying for life at the end of the day. And then I started, I think it was 2002. We started our journey as a production outfit. It was after a trip going to, I went to Sweden. I had to fly to Jamaica the next day. But when I went to Sweden, these guys, they were showing me their label with Mr. Vegas on there, and their own artists. And I'm like, yo, I'm born at this. I went to Jamaica, had a rhythm, started to voice. We voiced TOK, Spragga Benz, Cartel, Sizzler. And that was my brethren, Bigger, that voiced all those songs in Jamaica. I wasn't actually, I'd been, it was actually a One Extra trip that I went on and started the conversations. And then he kind of picked up the pieces and then ran with it. I recorded a song in the UK by an artist called Tubby T, Ready She Ready.
Okay.
That record just flew. It flew. And from that, we've just kind of continued just recording. I think I've recorded the best of there. I wouldn't say I've had the biggest of hits, but I think I'm very proud of my catalog. So I've got songs with Sizzler, songs with Jackie, songs with Luciano. We've got dancehall catalog as well. So, you know what I mean? But for me, the production is a way of me just expressing and venting. So it's just me, I'm in my studio right now, and this is my hub. And a lot of the times I'm in here by myself, 90% of the time that I'm in here myself. And I may just come in there and I may not even build a rhythm. I may not even do a mix. I'm just here. So for me, I may get an inspiration one day and it's blam. You know what? Bill rhythm. And I work with the very best musicians as well. Big shout going out to Don Chandler. Big shout going out to Andre Solid. And the ideas that I've got in my head, because I can't play keys. But I've got ideas. You get what I'm saying? And I love writing songs and I love rearranging stuff. And I think that's where the whole remix side of my production comes in. Because I'm like, all right, like many times I would voice an artist and they'll do a verse. And I'm like, bro, what you said in the middle, that's the hook, you know that, innit? I would take that and like over this. So I love the recording process. I love mixing. I love all of that kind of stuff. Even of late, I've really got into shooting the videos and all the rest of it. It's expensive, a very expensive hobby. And unless you, I think I heard somebody say this the other day. You could record 100 songs, 99 of them will flop. It's that one that will carry your catalog. You know what I'm saying? So I've got 1 and 2 that carry my catalog. Shout going out to Collie Buds, Give Me Love, that carries a catalog. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we have 1 and 2 songs in the catalog that does well.
Yeah. Bro, hits, man. Now you mentioned the early days. One of the people that you worked with early in when you first started was Marshall Montana, eh?
Yes. Well, so when we was doing like, well, when did I work with Marshall? What year was that? Wow. You know what? That's a hard one to answer, you know, because it must have been around 2001, 2002. And I don't even know I even got that hookup. I just remember, somebody saying, yo, Marshall is in town. He wants to go to the studio, this, that, the other. And we never ever released any of the songs with Marshall that we did. He really rated my brethren bigger for his writing skills and all the rest of it. And the experimental nature of what we did production wise. And I think it was Marshall during a time where I could always remember. And this stuff lends to me as a broadcaster. Because when I hear Marshall with songs like Encore that he just released the other day, these kind of songs are like big stadium songs. And I remember driving to the studio. I was driving a white Polo at the time, whatever my car, my partner's car at the time. And we're driving, going over to East London in my brethren Adrian's studio. And Marshall saying, I want to make songs that are like rock anthems. I want stadium songs, Shawnee. And at this time, I don't think I realized how big Marshall was, because I was dancehall them times. And you kind of, there was a time when you play soca as a selector, but it's limited. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Wally that we was playing during them times. So I knew who Marshall was, but I didn't know that Marshall was this guy that has won so many road marches, and Marshall was this kid star and all the rest of it. But just to hear how focused he was on this vision of having music that plays in a stadium to masses. He was talking about Wembley. He was actually signed to Atlantic Records at the time. It was Atlantic Records. I think it was Hakeem Stevens. Big shout out to Hakeem Stevens, I remember now. And that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to make soca music go to stadiums. So when I see how his music has now progressed to that big anthemic sound, I'm like, okay, he had a vision. And them kind of things is so motivational as well, to know that in his head he knew what he wanted to do, and he's got to that place 100%. So big up Marshall, and to this day is my G. Like what I say, them man, they never ever switch from me. Like big up the Trinities that have looked after me, from Bungie to Marshall to Kesper. They've always said, Shani, make sure you come to Trinidad Carnival and you will be well looked after. And may I say this, Trinidad, it burned me that I was at Trinidad this year, because Trinidad is like definitely one of my homes in the Caribbean. The carnival is a spiritual thing. Big shout out to Kes, who maybe kind of experience that with him, crossing the Savannah, the stage and all the rest of it. It's ridiculous. It's something special.
Yeah, man. Well, you mentioned Trinidad Carnival. I think that was in 2024 you went down there, man. So how was your full experience? I mean, first time, what did meet the expectations? Always like, wow, this is a whole different level, I guess, compared to London Carnival, I would say.
It's very different to London Carnival. The first thing that struck me was the numbers. We're used to like the streets swarmed, and it gets like that in places in Trinidad, but it's not like this big massive thing that Notting Hill Carnival is, and because we've got the sound systems on the road and all the rest of it. But I think where it lacks in those huge numbers, let's not pretend like it ain't got numbers, because it has got numbers, but compared to Notting Hill, what it has is a way of drawing you in. Now, I'm not going to say that I was the biggest soca expert. As a matter of fact, during that time, I kind of realized the difference in the musical geography of the Caribbean. Because as a Dominican, I learned that bouillon is bouillon. Soca is soca. Denery is denery. Jab jab is jab jab. The thing is, in the UK, it all and everywhere else globally, it falls under the soca umbrella. But there's this level of patriotism that is coming out of the Caribbean right now, especially when it comes to the music and owning their music genres and owning their carnivals. So being in Trinidad Carnival, I really experienced that Trinidad vibe. And again, it makes me be able to go back on the radio and talk in a manner that from a place of knowledge, and not even knowledge or a place of understanding. So,
I get it.
When Kes picked up the grass and got soft in front of me, and it's on the video, and it says Savannah Grass, that record came to life.
Makes sense now.
It makes sense. When you talk about Juve and you're there in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and modern chocolate, Pienta Tro. It's a freedom. Like when I tell you, say a certain level of freedom, and then to be with Kes for about 3-4 hours. Kes saw me, I lost my brethren, because I didn't go there. Like I just went there. I was in Jamaica, going Trinidad, innit? I get a hotel by the airport, and the man said, you're a little bit out, Sean. It's going to cost you to get in every night. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm there, innit? It so happened that my brethren was there at the time, and I lost my brethren on the final day. And as I lost my brethren, I saw Kes. Kes just had this bottle of champagne in his hand. He was high. And I'd seen him earlier on in the day. I'd done a little interview with him in the day. And then I was just with him. And there was no security. He had one brethren with him that he lost. And to see Kes, a superstar of Trinidadian music, just normal out in the crowd. Yo, the man nearly drop off of the truck, drop him phone. And and I'm with this guy, and I'm literally like his security running behind him. Like, and people are trying to say, I'm me a secure Kes. I'm me a secure Kes. Emerging gone. I want to tell you, Kes was nice. He was punching. He was drinking a bottle of champagne. We were nice.
Vibes.
And to that level of freedom. And I think what was extra special being with Kes is that Kes is a very spiritual guy. It's not just about jump up, flags, jump and wave, and costumes and like flesh. Kes will tell you about the history of the thing. So to have experienced it with him, I stepped away from Trinidad Carnival 2024 and just used that word spiritual. And then when I went back 2025 again, big shout again out to the Epic Carnival cruise. And then to know that I'm living on a cruise ship in Trinidad, coming from Puerto Rico, and Juve, man, it was big shout out to Private Ryan, like Soca Brainwash. I've never seen nothing like it. Nothing. The level of production. But then I understand the politics of Trinidad Carnival as well, with the cost of being on the floats and being in the like it's great to have like the food and the toilets and the liquor sitting and the spray of water upon you, and the truck stop in the middle of the day and this, that, the other. It costs. Costs, boy, trust me. So,
got an expensive.
Trinidad Carnival, definitely experience. I have to go back to school my hat trick.
Yeah, man, you got to do that, man. That's a must. But you really had you definitely had a 360 experience. You did like you said, the Epic Crew. They had an experience. They actually had the experience in the savannah and the road. The food. I know you have some good doubles in there too as well.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I was with Dwayne Bravo and link up Dwayne Bravo. Me and him went and go and had lunch and all the rest of it. He took me. Is it Woodstock? He took me down to Woodstock and Woodbrook.
Yeah,
there you go. Woodbrook. He took me down there, so we was eating food down there. Like, I love it. And we even like some of the main guys that do like the roadies and the doubles and all the rest of it. We find them out on the road. And we made sure we did it authentic as well. I'm an in the streets guy, and people always say, Seani, you're not afraid. You're just out there. I trust my black people. I love my people. You know what I'm saying? As long as you walk good and walk with love in your heart, you're nice. So me, I'll pull up anyway. I'm the pull-up guy.
Yeah, man. Plus, kind of screw face up a guy, man. You a humble youth, you know.
And I know a lot of people tell me, "Oh, your name Seani B, you're good." I don't ever take it for granted. You get what I'm saying? I don't ever take it for granted that I'm this guy that has been able to curate all this music throughout the years and all the rest of it, because I just know what my people them is like. I look at my and say, "Hey, you're easy food today, bro." So I always keep my P's and Q's up, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of it, I just love my people. So where my people's is at and where the fun is at, I'm going to pull up and I'm going to definitely be there, especially in the Caribbean. Can I be honest with you, Alonzo? I'm not that guy in England, you know. You won't see me at every party in England. You won't see me doing, I promise, I'm a pretty much antisocial guy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Oxymoron. But even my English friends will say, "Yo, you are unrecognizable when you're in the Caribbean." Unrecognizable when I'm in the Caribbean. There's a vibe, there's a freedom about it, and I love it. You know I'm gonna have to retire. So on one island, if not two or three.
All right, so let's go back to BBC One Extra. The whole concept of coming into BBC One and freestyling, some classic moments, man. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, some of my favorites is the Beanie Man when it is. Beanie Man does, I mean, so many. How did that concept come together? Like, was that you came up with that concept, or how did the whole process come together?
Once again, big up my current manager, Ray Paul. He's been involved in radio and BBC radio for over probably coming up to 30 years now.
Oh, wow.
When the station started, one of the things, he's from St. Lucia, but he's done so much work because he used to produce another legendary broadcaster called Miss P over in the UK, Rampage Sound when they used to be on BBC London. So his radio experience is vast. And he's one of those that the Caribbean means everything to him. When One Extra started, one of the things that he said to me is that with One Extra, I don't want soca just to be played in August. I want it to be played all year round. So we're not just waiting for Carnival. We're going to be playing all year round. And for me, it's about normalizing who we are as Black people. So he always saw the magic in the Caribbean. So I think it was probably 2003, the first year of One Extra. We did Big Yard in Jamaica.
Okay.
That's where I first met Cecile, Macca Diamond, Agent Sasco. I remember going to Scatter Studio when it was Kings of Kings in Prince Plaza, and him playing me Idonia, Lolly over the 50 Cents rhythm. And I was like, who's this kid? His voice is a little bit too deep. But we was doing that. So we did that for about 2-3 years in Jamaica. But during those times, the internet was still kind of early doors for streaming. Video definitely wasn't kind of running. There was 1 or 2 little videos that was up there. It was mainly like the radio programs. We used to broadcast as well. So I remember a night myself and Robert Rank played with Tony Mataran and Sky Juice in Asylum nightclub. And that was the first night I heard Thank You Mama and Sizzler and Just One of Those Days. Big forwards in Kingston. And I witnessed Elephant Man, Pond River, Pond Banks play for 45 minutes straight. Every selector, I take our forward off. So they give me them around section. Mataran, Sky Juice. So all even that night there, I was chatting about it with somebody the other day, saying that I remember going in there with vinyl And that was when a lot of the DJs in Jamaica was transitioning over to CDs. They're looking at me and Robert like, after them old boy. Yeah, the trips to Jamaica have been happening for a long time. It's it's only when they started to get recorded. We recorded Sting several times in Jamaica. The night Cartel and Ninja Man fight, Robert Ranks was at Sting in Jamaica under a table, and he phoned me and left a message on my phone. And I came in the bottles. He's like, "You should be here." Like literally. And then he got an exclusive interview with Ninja Man, face bust up, everything fresh off of the stage. Everybody else was frightened to go in. Yeah, Robert got the exclusive. Robert was getting all of the exclusives. I was Robert's wing commander at the time because I was doing a hip hop and dancehall mix show. But the main dancehall show was Robert. Robert put in the work and left firm foundations for me to continue building on. So I lost my show on One Xtra for about 8 months, but still had my contract. Came back in. I was doing a hip hop show at the time, and then they offered me the dancehall show. And that's when my manager again said to me, "Here, I'm going to tell you, document everything."
Everything. Yeah, man.
And the first video that we did was the Wayne Wonder Frisker Kid Lady Saw. In BBC One Xtra studio. You actually hear me say it on the video that this is like my first video. So this was like my return. I've already been on station for like 11 years, but now I'm the focused dancehall guy. And at the time when I lost my show, I was playing like, if I'll be honest with you, I was kind of in the realms of like the whole Major Lazer EDM kind of dancehall sound because of the remixes that I was doing and my eclectic taste for music. But when I lost my show, I thought, rah, and I was flying at the time. I was doing my thing, but I lost my show. I was like, rah, where's the love? Like, where's the love?
So what was the reason you lost the show?
To this day, I couldn't even tell you. I just lost my show. I lost my show for about 8 months. Like change of management, change of direction. Could be a little bit of biasness. I genuinely couldn't tell you. It's radio, it's corporate, it's the game. But it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Because in the studio that I am now, I just rebuilt my studio. And I was going to try and start producing like dubstep and all that kind of stuff. Again, that Black British mix up. We can't lend our hands to this and that. But I said, rah, you lot don't rate me, blood. Like, you don't rate me. Because the funniest thing is when you lose your radio show, the way the phone stops ringing.
Yeah, for real.
And promoters take the piss. They want to start giving you a little less. And I'm like, okay, let me go back to what I do best. And I've always found success when I've just been Seani B. When I don't think about it, when I just do what I do. So during that time, I'd started working with Don Chandler, and we was doing some reggae, proper reggae. And I ended up recording 2 tracks with Morgan Heritage, Strictly Roots. That's how I won the Grammy.
Yeah, man. Congrats
so
again.
It's that time when I said to myself, stop pretending to be anything for them. Just be for Seani B. Just be you.
Be the brand.
And for me, and then like Jamaica was such an opportunity for me just to be me. And the key to that was my brethren that I grew up with that comes from Jamaica, came to England when he was 13. Me and him became best friends. He was back in Jamaica. I'm like, Wingy, I'm coming to Jamaica to come and do videos. So I just said to the BBC, let me get a car. That's all I want. Let me just get a car. And Rodigan and Toddler T, they was on the trip as well. And they was doing a lot of the studio stuff and all the rest of it. I just got the car because I was handy with cameras and all the rest of it. And again, being a tech guy, I know how to record freestyles out on the road. You know what I'm saying? And tie them back up when we get back into the studio. A lot of those early videos that you see on the road, like the Conscience and all them things there, it was me, Wingy, and my producer that was filming them. And because Wingy comes from like Havana jungle, like in the ends. he was very street smart. So we was going everywhere and anywhere. So a man would see me pull up in certain places. I remember I-Octane and Maurice Arms House Records telling me, yo, you slow down, you know. I run the roads them too hard, you know. But they didn't know that I had my brethren. Whole D. That was my secret weapon right there, sir. Like, I built Jamaica. I'm the face of it. And Wingy unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago. R.I.P. to him.
Yeah, condolences.
And it's such a massive loss to me. Because now, even when I go to Jamaica, it's just not the same. Because for 10 years, me and him locked the streets. And for him, even he come back to Jamaica, he didn't even see me rise as a DJ. And when I played at Stone Love one night, and Father Paul took the mic and asked me, which part of me come from? And Rodigan's on the bill as well, and I'm going to clap it. Wingy stand up like, am I bridging this? And he doesn't even realize that all of that he gave me, that Jamaicanness, as we were kids, kids, like youths, all of that, he just watched that all unfold in front of me. He was like, what the rocks? What I go out there, sir? He couldn't believe it. So I had a secret weapon, R.I.P. Wingy, like, and we definitely did it. And even like knowing the acts to record, my ear was always a good ear, so I would always catch them. But then I may ring him and say, yo, me hear about that your chronicler, Seani B, you know, so me did I call you about him. After record that session with chronicler. So even if you go and watch the Chronic Law session, you see Wingy in it, because Wingy was so instrumental in me getting the Chronic Law session. Javelin.
Wow.
Wingy was the one that was like, yo, Seani, the youth are fired from Ochi. And now I was going airport. One extra way for day. I was just there with my camera. He was like, can I come? I'm like, Wingy, I have a flight for catching the dark. They're like, yeah, I have to wait upon him. So a lot of these youths, and like Rose Dan, 3-4 years before Rose Dan bust, Wingy was voicing Rose Dan on rhythms for me. And I'm like, and when I interviewed Rose Dan last year in Jamaica, I don't know how and why I found this song on my phone. And I played it to him, and he just looked at me. He goes like, yo, Wingy was definitely one of the realest ones. So R.I.P. going out to my brother, Wingy, the White Tobana.
Man, condolences. Crazy. All right. DJ AG, you know, you're bridging out in the UK, man, doing big things. You know, I don't know. I wrote it in my notes. Like, I don't know to ask the question, man. Like, you know, AG had definitely done something that was so simple but so effective in pushing Caribbean culture on a mass scale. You know,
I love what he's doing. I love what he's doing, and let me tell you why I love what he's doing. Because there's so many DJs around me, and some of them I've tried to bring on over the years. And my thing is work ethic has to be up there, especially like the hours that I spend in here. When I come out and I'm beard up, just know that I've spent like a whole week putting together a crazy remix or something like that. When I'm in Jamaica, like I've had the BBC bosses tell me, pipe it down, you're working too hard. In other words, I'm embarrassing their stuff. Like, and I'm like, don't worry about it. If you don't want to do the work, I'll do the work. I know how to press record. So when I'm working with a lot of the younger DJs and trying to show them, listen, think about what you're doing, because especially now, what's your USP? What's your unique selling point? You can't say that you're a great mixer, because Serato does it for you. Like, everybody mixes now. You can't say you're a great remixer, because everybody does that now. Stems is doing that. You can't say you're shelling a dance, because the public already says that we're tired of you lot, because you all sound the same and you're all playing the same playlist. What is your USP? What is it that you do different? What is it what are you going to do to make the public say, rah, you're that guy? And a lot of them would be like, I don't know. Here comes DJ AG with a different flex, but with consistency. Rome weren't built in a day, bro.
True.
And what I've seen him do, and he's had these moments where viral, and big up dancehall, reggae, and Jamaica. God, those really come. That's where those viral, because he's had some crazy drill rappers and all sorts up on there. It's when Rabba Roogie touched the stage. Things get busy. It's when Daddy Freddie touched the stage. Things got busy. So I love that, to see that side of it. You know what I'm saying? And to know that there's even somebody else that can offer a platform, because it eases up the pressure for me as well. Like, there's somebody else doing it. So for me, I love the fact that he's doing what he's doing in the way that he's doing it.
Yeah, natural.
And I can look now at other DJs and say, do you know what I was chatting about? See it over this. See it over there, sir.
Yeah.
See it over there, sir. So hopefully now with AG, he's inspiring, motivating a whole next set of DJs. And you can see now, like man's DJing in cars driving around town and all the rest of it. And for me, I'll be honest with you again. I feel that kind of lazy because it's not a fresh idea. Come with something fresh, not an alternative. Get me, come with something fresh. You've got to be too many man. Like, even when I tell man, when you lot going festivals and all the rest of it, look at me backstage with this your artist. Why don't you get a mic and do some reporting backstage or something, create content? Because this is the world that we are living in right now. Stop pose up and stop try create a perception that you're working hard. You're not working hard.
No, okay.
That is what AG, that is what working hard is. So big up to AG and his team. And I've seen him and I've told him, I see what you do in Jamaica, bro, and I love it. Because if it's one thing I know, to navigate the Jamaica ground is not the easiest place to navigate. And to see how he goes down there and he pulls out the stars and all the rest of it, Uncle Beres, Marcia, like Auntie Marcia, like, come on now, you have to give that youth his flowers. And definitely what he stands for. So big up AG.
Yeah, man, big up to AG, man. You know, thinking outside of the box. All right. A lot of, like I said, a lot of memorable occasions on BBC One. What's one for you? Like that one that resonates in your mind, like, yeah, boy, that was a special moment for you.
That's hard.
I know, man.
That's hard, but I always go back to the Budgie Banton interview.
Okay.
The reason why I go back to the Budgie interview, imagine, look, while on there, look.
Yeah.
Boom. Budgie.
Wow.
While on there, don't move.
Yeah.
It's really this one. This is the one. This is the one, right? Yes, sir. Look. You see that?
Wow.
Yeah. You see how beat up? Do you see how beat up that is?
Yeah, man. You put in that frame. That need to be in that frame, man.
You see that's beat up. What year did this record come out? I don't even know what year this come out. This is 1992. So that's what 34 years ago.
That's almost almost 35 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, right. So boom.
Yeah.
That's why that interview there meant so much, because I remember sitting out on the bin outside my mother's yard on the estate in White City Estate. And me, Wingy, and the team, them, I chat about the new set of artists, them, and chatting about Bojo. And then big up my barber Kirk.
Okay.
You know, when you have it, it's like, one day he was just trimming me, and he goes, I said, I go for the Bojo interview. I said, me?
Yeah.
This is when Bojo's fresh out of jail. I go, me? Look how much big name they're about. Me? I goes, yeah, all right, Kirk. I swear to you, I wish I could get him up. He goes, this brother, it's like he could see into the future, because a lot of things that he said to me has come true.
Come true, yeah, man.
Man said, Shani. I goes, nah, there's too many big names. The Rodigans and all of them that have got the history over the years.
Right.
Like, it's too many big names. And when we started to have a conversation, when we went to Jam Rock Cruise, we met up with a member of his team in Miami, and we told them what we want to do and all the rest of it. And then I got a phone call, January, and it was Jabba. And Jabba said, Shani, the boss want to know what you want to do. I said, what you talk about? He said, the boss want to chat to you. So we are chat about, we are chat about Africa. He manages Budgie. And he's like, what is it that you want to do? And for me, when Budgie come out of jail, my thing was that we know what they're going to try and go for Budgie for. They're going to draw back up all of the things them in the past and all the rest of it. I wasn't interested in none of that. You get what I'm saying? I genuinely wasn't interested, because the thing is, like, if he did, if he didn't, man, we all know do things back in the day and all the rest of it. You come out, spent conviction, you've done your time. It is what it is. And I'm sure that there's a lot of people that's interested in that conversation. But for me, it's about relationships as well. And it's like we knew what we wanted to do, the direction that we wanted to go with the Buju interview. And they trusted us. And I never really met Buju before. I think I met Buju passing once or twice before. And walking into the yard and seeing him there, that tall figure in front of me, I was like, rah. And then what made it even like hit home even more? Winford Williams was there.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Winford Williams. And this wasn't even the day of the interview, you know? This was the day of the check-in.
Okay.
Winford was there. I'm here, Winford. And funny enough, Winford's family and my family come from the same kind of community in St. Andrews. I found that out the other day. And Buju sit down. Drink. I drink a water. Drink a stone. I'm sitting there with Buju, you know. The man said, the man, I can't remember the word he used, was it reciprocity or something, so like that these artists get from doing the sessions with you. Specifically the Eka Mouse, Major Micro, Peter Metro session. And I said, Buju, you see, the greatest thing for me is to know that these artists, we can revitalize their careers to a certain extent, because a lot of them were kind of slightly forgotten about, or can you still do your thing and all the rest of it. And with that session, with the Eka Mouse session, I didn't even do that. A lot of these sessions that I record, I don't do them thinking, oh, I want to put this person together, this, that. I do it based off of my records. Like one of the sessions that I wanted to record this year that I hate that one extra didn't go to Jamaica this year was Sanchez and Wayne Wonder. And I wanted to record that session just based off of the Penthouse sessions and records. I told Wayne that, bro, I wouldn't want you to sing No Letting Go and bounce along. Respect, but I want to hear Eternal Flame. She's out of my life. You, me, and she. And them sung them all. I remember when we did the singing melody session. I said, Melody, I will select the song them. Best friend, all these songs. He was like, Seani, me not sing them song in years. I goes, watch the comments. Because I'm a selector.
Yeah, man. You know, so people want anything.
So when Buju asked me all of those questions, he stuck it on me still. You know what I mean? There was no moving. It's Buju. And then we went back the next day. We did the interview, and halfway through the interview, like, oh, that's spliff real. Johnny, all right, you know. And that's when I knew it was good. You get what I'm saying? Like, we had found it. And like halfway through the interview, I was like, questions. We're just talking about music now. And when the interview finished, I went out in the yard, and Wingy was sitting underneath the tree. I'm sure it's a mango tree or something, so. Foot cock up. I drink a beer. I smoke from the bag that's there. And that for me meant so much to know that my brethren that we grow with and that we'll build something in Jamaica with, and what we've built from these days of dreaming as kids, and what we've built now in Jamaica, and we're with Buju as the first interview, bro. When we drive out, it was me, him, and Ray, my manager, drive out. And when we drive out the gate, Wingy was just like, we were kids. And that's what that's what it means to me. I'm a fan, you know. Like I'm such a fan. And it's like, for me, that's what it was. It wasn't from the interview. It was just me and Wingy being in that space to know you. When you're 14, and now you're 40-odd-year-old men, and here you are. And enough times I drive home from the radio station, I'd call Wingy, and I'd be driving past White City Estate. So to get to my yard, I'd have to drive past White City Estate. And I'd be like, Wingy, no matter what, you know, your name and my name is in the dancehall scrolls, you know. Like, we truly have done it, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I picked that session. That's why I picked the Buju session, because that coming back to like the 90s, the early 90s and all the rest of it, I never thought, ever thought that I would be in this position, ever.
Full circle.
100%.
Wow. All right. I I want to talk really quickly about Afro beats. And of course, there's been a big discussion of Afro beats, dancehall, Afro beats. Some people say it's stealing or stole dancehall, what the word I'm looking for here. You know where I'm going with this question. What's your take on that whole thing, man? What's your opinion?
Do you know what? Music lends from music, innit? Like if you say that Afro beats lent from dancehall is definitely lending from hip hop right now. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop lends from somewhere. You get influenced. Like I could listen to somebody like Thames, and I'd say, "Rah, I thought that was coffee at one moment." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Or you'll listen to somebody like Burner, and you'll hear those the Caribbean influences. But again, Burner spent time in the UK, so his Black British experience would be similar to my Black British experience, and to know that Caribbean culture was the leading culture. No matter what, he's going to be one of the Wagwan youths. You know what I'm saying? So, and then even like in my years of going to Africa. Like it's not just now that the music sounds similar, and the music probably sounds similar because we are similar. So there's going to be lending, and through the popularity of Afro beats, then I now hear dancehall guys doing Afro beat records. You know what I'm saying? So and I think that whole conversation now, maybe a year ago, it was like a up there in the air kind of conversation. I think now it's kind of leveled out. I think that peak that Afro beats and the African artists has had, like it's like stocks, and you rise and then you flatten out. And I think that I think that, not to say that they've peaked, but I think that immediate traction and that impact is being impactful. And now it's kind of like, and again, what we're seeing is, and this is the thing with Caribbean music, and this is not to speak to Afrobeats or whatever. Caribbean music is like a bear. Will hibernate for a little while.
Okay.
And you see when that bear wake up, trouble there, them hungry. And it's like Caribbean music was in hibernation for a little piece, trying to find itself, find its feet. The dancehall was in a transitional space. Even reggae is in a transitional space. And let's talk the truth, where that dancing isn't like, we're not even dancing like that bubbling party vibe of dancehall may not be the same. Soca is filled in that space. And you've seen the other Caribbean islands. Like I think that last year was an incredible year for soca music. An incredible year for bouillon music, French Caribbean music. Incredible year for Grenada. Because some of the biggest hits from last year come from Grenada. We could talk about all of that, but like Mary Hall, Jab Decision, all of these songs are humongous songs right now. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that every region right now has stepped up, and then obviously the cartel effect of coming out and the dominance of the shows all around the place. I think that has definitely helped, because that's now you've got a whole ecosystem of people coming together. So songs are going to get played. People are going to want to hear different songs at these venues as well. And I played 3 of the cartel shows, and to be able to play like literally all night at those shows was like, it was a different experience in like proper 15-20,000 like venues. Like, not a joke. You get what I'm saying? And it's dancehall and Caribbean music I play. We never play a hip hop song. We never play an R&B song. So I just think that, and if you look at how Jamaica is accepting the other music from the Caribbean right now, it's like soca is one of the biggest genres of Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people are gearing up for the carnivals. People are gearing up for the festivals. City Splash in the UK, Barris Hammond headlining, Reggae Land, Vibes Cartel, 3 days worth, Massacre.
I saw Reggae Land, man. I wanna. That's a yearly thing. Reggae Land.
It's been. I think this is about the 5th or 6th year. I
saw it, man. Listen, I haven't been to the UK. I have been to the UK as a Viet man, and I'm definitely consciously making a conscious. Every year I'm saying I'm coming for Carnival, but I'm definitely making a conscious effort. I'm just gonna buy the ticket.
August is a good time. And I gotta tell that line. I'll be honest with you, from City Splash touchdown. The amount of events, and like, because we talk about like those bigger events the cartels and all the rest of it. But over here, we got events like Matt's Barbecue. We got DJ Nate's Caribbean Rock. We've got Ray and Nephew parties. We've got so many events over here, and they all do well as well. You know, I wonder how the public deals with all of this financially, because a lot of money that gets has to be spent during that time. So I can't wait for the summer season. Like even this week, I must have had about 7 bookings already. For the summer season, like in and out of the country as well. Like summer is going to be active for 26. It's a right fix.
Nice. All right, so what's next for Seani B, man? I mean, 2026 and beyond. You know, what do you got cooking up next?
You know what? I'm looking at is a lot more like visual stuff. I really want to. For the last couple of years, I've been chatting about documentaries and all the rest of it, and I feel that with YouTube and like the online streaming place, that you don't even need to wait for anybody to do anything for you. So a lot of the stuff that I'm looking to do is like documentary based kind of stuff, obviously with the radio experience as well. But looking at content that others are not looking at as well. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so easy to follow the trends and the algorithms and all the rest of it. But sometimes some of us have got to come off the beaten track. And you may not get 100,000 views, you may only get 10,000 views, but it's 10,000 unique views. So I'm looking at stuff like that. I think what is important to me right now, especially like this year, we've lost Sly Dunbar, Jimmy Cliff, all these great names. It's about making sure that we document the music. When I hear a lot of conversations online, I think that there's a lot of misplaced knowledge that a lot of, and I don't want it to be against like younger people and all the rest of it, but I hear a lot of people talking. It's like, what are you saying? So what is important is that we make sure that the history is documented in the right kind of manner. And knowing that I've got the skills to kind of do that, and I've got the kind of team to do that, I feel that I have a huge responsibility to make sure that I put my skill set to that, rather than thinking about the big forwards and all the rest of it. I've been there, done that. I think that's the next thing for me. Continuing with the production, I've got a hard drive full of songs that I've just got to release. And sometimes it's just hard to let them go. But I've been kind of letting them go one by one and just kind of just continuing growing. Like, as I said, I'm 52 this year. I'm 51 right now.
Man, you look good for age, man. Yeah, you look good for age. I would tell you to, sure.
I think it's the music that keeps me young. You get what I'm saying? Like even right now, I got a mad right knee, like mad right knee, but that doesn't stop me because the music keeps me. I'm so infused by the music, and I've just come back from Jamaica. And when you get, I was in a ghetto community in Jamaica. I went to a dance down south, Stone Love. And when you come up to me, and you can just tell it was a proper community, like hard life. You know what I mean? Don't know if his parents are around him, whatever. Young Juvie, like you could just see. But he just looked at me up and down. Seani B. Are you boss chronic land skilly bang them in a star? And when you hear them kind of things there, like I'm humbled by that, to know that I can go into areas like that and somebody can spot me out, and it's not an ego thing. It makes me stand even firmer in my resolve of what I do, because I know that I'm creating change. I know that I'm not running down that lane of the gossips and all the rest of it. Like there's people that do all of that kind of stuff. I know what my purpose is in this game. And it's just for me, just standing that resolve, 10 toes down, and just continue doing what I'm doing.
Wow. Well said, man. I actually felt that, because that's in so many words, that's kind of my vision too. I stay away from the, the gossip, and I just want to get the real story, give everyone opportunity to share the story, and no one could tell your story the right way but you, So that being
what,
said,
and that's why. That's why, just before you that's why I said, you know what? I've listened to a couple of your interviews and all the rest of it, and I can see what you're trying to do. And for me, it's sometimes having my story locked away is like people see me and really kind of don't know who I am in that kind of manner, because I tell everybody else's story. Sometimes I have to tell my own story. So thank you for the opportunity today.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, man. Give thanks. That's why I started laughing because you have done a lot of work that most people don't know because they see, you know, the interviews and stuff, which is understandable. But your history is very extensive, brother. Very, very extensive. All right. So this part of the interview is called 2000 Questions About Me. It's based on a book that I bought a couple of years ago. I'm not going to ask you 2000 questions, but I'm going to ask you to pick a number from 1 to 2000. And the number that you pick will be the question that's asked out of the book.
Oh. You know what? What number should I go? Let me go with number 1 because you know what? I live at number 1. My mother's yard was number 1 Hudson Close in White City. I currently live at a number. Yeah, I currently live at a number 1. And it was my mom's birthday the other day. Tomorrow's Mother's Day, so let's go with number 1.
Yeah, man, happy birthday. But it was funny. You say your mom birthday was when? Yesterday?
March the 6th. It was my mom's birthday, March the 6th.
Okay, March. Okay, cool. Well, you know, no one had never picked number 1 before, so you're the first. Oh, so here we go. What is your idea of perfect happiness? What is your idea of perfect happiness?
I can't tell you that. Let me tell you this, yeah? Let me tell you this. Yo!
Listen.
Woo! People!
Well, listen.
You know what?
Man,
let me answer.
Yeah.
Perfect happiness.
I can give you a bonus to know, but go ahead.
No. Perfect happiness for me, is my laptop.
Yeah.
People that I love around me. And things that I love around me. That's how I'm gonna answer it. That's how I'm gonna. From I got my laptop here, I've been told a million times. You look worried when you ain't got your laptop open. I love working, you know. I'm a workaholic. That's my thing. From I've got my life luxuries around me and my laptop. That's perfect happiness for me, you know. I couldn't tell you, put me on an island and like $1 million and I'd be happy. I wouldn't. Throw me in Jamaica with my laptop working, happiness. My manager told me, and you know what? I lost my mom and my dad like about 2012, 14 years ago.
2012,
yeah. And when I lost them, actually, let me answer that again. My perfect happiness is Jamaica. That's the God's honest truth. Because I always run to Jamaica for that recharge. I always run. And I suppose why I can even equate it to what I said earlier is that my laptop and my luxuries are going to be with me in Jamaica. Like, that's the one place that I can be myself. I can be Shawnee. If you want to eat a piece of chicken in a certain way, if you just want to, I don't have to explain who I am. And that is extended to the Caribbean. But I feel that because of Jamaica, and we tossed my mom's ashes in the seas of Montego Bay as well. That connection to Jamaica, whenever I'm there, Jamaica's my happy place.
Makes sense, man. Well, Seani B, man, give thanks for the time, man. I really, really appreciate it, man. And of course, man, you know, your contribution to the arts and culture and, you know, and all that you do. You know, I'm a big fan of your work. You know, I'm really honored to sit here and talk to you, man, and really give thanks for the time. And yeah, man, listen, much love, much success moving forward, you know.
Blessings every time. The internet tried to stop us, but them can't hold me back. You know what I'm saying? Sally doesn't rock.
Nah, man, you're good, man.
Ladies and
gentlemen, Seani B. Respect.
Blessings, Alonzo.